when I was in elementary school, whenever I'd get in trouble, the teacher would have me write sentences on the board. I will not talk. I will not do this. I will not do that, over and over and over again. And it's that repetition. I'm supposed to learn a lesson. Well, similar with Jiu Jitsu, I've noticed that if I write over and over my game, then I begin to memorize it. There's so much to learn in this sport. This black book is my game. So in other words, I've learned a lot more than this, but as I'm told where I'm supposed to be knocking on the door of brown belt, that I'm supposed to be solidifying what works for me. My age, my short legs, things like that. So while I know how to do a triangle, I know how to do an arm bar, and I want to be able to teach others those classic submissions, they don't work for me because I got a bad back, a bad neck, and instead what I want to do for my body type and my age is sweep from the guard instead of trying to submit from the guard, and then try to submit from a better position. Well, this is my black book of Jiu Jitsu, and this is more in-depth explanation of the things that may or may not be in my game myself, but I may want to teach somebody else, or things I use myself but are more in depth than what I have in my little black book. So I'm injured now, been using this time to study. There's no substitute for being on the mat and actually pulling off these moves or attempting to pull off the moves. But the next best thing is, if I can't train, just study, and teach. This is just the stuff that over the years I have thought are the stuff that is good for me to use. It's not all the stuff that I've learned. It's the stuff that works for me or I want to get better at. Doesn't quite work for me yet, but I want to improve on. I've been doing this off and on for about 20 years now. This is nothing compared to those like my professors who've been doing it for 30 years at a very serious level, day in and day out, as opposed to somebody like me who has trained a couple years, taken a couple years off, and so on and so forth. Totally different levels in this sport, just like in the sport of mountain biking or any other sport. So it's study, and then when my body is well enough for me to get back out on the mats, attempt, tap fast and tap often so I don't get hurt again.